Hey friends, Terry here. Hope everyone's doing wonderful out there today. So what I've got going on for you here today are my weekly wax empties. So we've got a little bit of miscellaneous stuff. We've got candles, we've got SCENTSY, we've got some vendor wax. So if you're interested in seeing what I've been getting through this past week, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so these empties encompass about a week, I would say, as far as the SCENTSY and the vendor wax, about a week. The candles probably just over that. I think my last filming of candle empties were about 9 days ago. So it's unusual for me to be able to fit candles and my wax empties onto one, but I'm sure going to try tonight. So let's get started. So I'll start with the very few miscellaneous items I have. I installed a wallflower in the scent Holiday from Bath & Body Works. And Holiday has scent notes of red cinnamon stick, Christmas clove buds, and ground nutmeg. That's basically what this is. It's just like a spicy holiday scent. You just get all the spices. And I like spicy scents. I don't like overly spicy, so I wouldn't say it's overly spicy, but I do like, like that cinnamon, nutmeg vibe for sure. I can take clove as long as it's not too heavy. This wallflower has been off and on. I do go in my bathroom and smell it at times, but most of the time I don't get too much of it. So, I've said it many times before, wallflowers don't always do the best for me. And then I finished up 2 body creams from Bath & Body Works. The first one was Cocoa Paradise. This is an absolute favorite scent. Bath & Body Works needs to bring it back. They did bring it back in the wallflower. I believe it was specifically for this recent SAS. I did pick me up some. And I was just complaining about wallflowers. But every Cocoa Paradise wallflower I have warmed so far has worked well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the new batch will as well. So this is salted coconut manoi, sugar neroli, and bronze sandalwood. This is just a gorgeous kind of sunscreen, beachy, coconutty, neroli type scent. I love this scent so much. I want them to bring the candle back. I want them to bring the body care back. Here's wishing. Maybe we'll see it this summer. They did not bring it back last. So that's Cocoa Paradise. And I also finished up Cotton Candy Clouds. And this is, it's so hard to see. Spun sugar, pink berries, and with vanilla. So I've had this scent before. And I currently am working on getting through a fragrance mist. The fragrance mists, they take forever, an eternity, and a day to get through. I've been working on this thing forever, and I'm only halfway through it. But I've also gone through the body cream before, and I love this scent. It just smells like a super sweet cotton candy scent. Very sweet, very berryish, very vanilla-ish, but very spun sugarish. I don't know what the deal is this time around, but I really got no scent from this. I used it because I didn't want the body cream to go to waste. But, yeah, the last time I used it was in a different packaging. This time, I don't know what the deal was. I didn't buy the fragrance mist this time around, so I can't compare the two. But as I mentioned earlier, I am using the fragrance mist in the older version now, and it's strong. So I don't know why I got nothing from this. It just basically just smelled like lotion. So I think I would definitely test it. I didn't try this out in the store because I had it before and thought it would be fine. But I would definitely test it if they released it again. So yeah, don't know what the deal was, but wasn't too happy that I wasn't getting the super sweet cotton candy scent that I expected. So that's Cotton Candy Clouds. So that'll do it for my miscellaneous items. Let's talk candles. So I got a number of candles. I didn't think I was going to have too many. And then all of a sudden, I just started finishing them up right and left. And I got a number. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So let's see. What company should I start with? Let's start with Goose Creek. So I actually have some more burns in this, and I will continue to use this because so far it's doing okay. But I wanted to go ahead and include it because I'm going to finish it up soon. So this is sweet banana bread. And this is one of their older version candles that had the stock photos. So I don't have the scent notes in front of me. I may be able to pull them from my iPad. I got a new iPad for Christmas, so hopefully it won't take as long to pull things up as it was previously. I apologize. I'm sure it's probably causing glare on my glasses. Let's see. Let's look at candles. I'm going to take these glasses off because, you know, I have progressive lenses in my glasses, and it's supposed to enable me to see things closely, which I don't need as much of a prescription for. I need my prescription to see things further away, but they don't work. And I know when I go back again, I'm not getting into this again. I mean, the last time I got a prescription, they just automatically refilled it, just updating my progressive lens, and I'm not falling for that crap again because they don't work. I still have to take my glasses off to see things up close, and that was the whole point. And they cost a lot of money, so I'm not doing it again. All right, sweet. So sweet banana bread is baked banana swirl, vanilla, butter, and homemade bread. This is quite a good banana bread scent. It's not the best I've smelled a banana bread scent, but it's decent. Very strong. This is a very strong performer. I would say to throw in this, oh man, I had this going out in my kitchen and I could smell all the way in here. If that's the case, she bangs, because that doesn't usually happen. So I would say to throw in this is like a 9. I don't say that too often, but it's strong. I don't know if I can tell when this was poured. Yeah, I'm not sure what Goose Creek's numbers mean on the bottom. But this is at least a few years old. Do I have it in my notes? 2022 I picked this up. So it has been sitting in my collection for a little bit. Burned it starting in 2024. I think I started burning this in December. I can't remember for sure. It's doing fine as far as burning down. I do feel like I get a little bit better performance out of these color wax jars with the old stock photos. I don't know why that would be, but it does seem to be the case. I had a little bit of pulling out issues. I'm not sure if you can see it where that label area is. Sometimes it gave me trouble pulling out, so I had to use my wick dipper to kind of pull the wax along and dip it within. But for the most part, it did okay. I did have some puny wicks happen to me a couple times. I removed a little bit of wax. It was okay. So it hasn't been free of problems, but not any problems that I would consider too bad. It's super strong in the throw department, like I mentioned, so I'm not going to complain about this one too bad. And so far, it hasn't gotten grody on me. So I would call this one a win. I've had this before. I've enjoyed it before. I think I have another in my collection. If I don't, I definitely have wax melts in my collection. The wax melts do equally as well. So yeah, I would recommend this if you love banana bread scents. I would recommend it. So it's sweet banana bread from Goose Creek. The next candle I burned through was Candy Cane Kiss. And you may already be able to see, I'm not sure how clearly that's coming across on camera, but this wax, it's quite filthy. So there goes my theory on, I think these ones burn better. I don't know what the deal is, but this one did good. It did good until it got to this point, and then it went awry. So the scent notes on Candy Cane Kiss are peppermint, cool spearmint, white chocolate, cotton candy, and whipped vanilla. I'm not even sure. Yeah, it doesn't smell like that anymore. But this is a scent that I've picked up from time to time. I do enjoy it. It's like a creamy, sweet and cool at the same time peppermint scent. It does have like that sweetness of the cotton candy, but it has that coolness of the peppermint and spearmint. I enjoy this scent. It was throwing well. Not as strong as that banana bread, but it was strong. I would say the throw on this was probably about a 7. So it was doing pretty well. I had it on my ledge on the stairway there. For the most part, it burned down pretty well until, like I said, it got to this point where I had this much wax, and then it got pretty dirty. The wick started cutting the threading, and yeah, it's funny because I don't have it super well lit in here, so it's kind of hard to tell, but if you look at the side of the jar, I can really see the dirt, and I can smell the difference. Yeah, the scent has definitely changed. It kind of has like that burnt, grody smell, and I'm going to toss this because once it gets smelling like that, it's just not a good candle. So that's Candy Cane Kiss. I will pick this up from time and time again, but hopefully I have better luck with it. But actually, I'm pretty happy with getting that far because my Goose Creek candles, a lot of times I only get a third of the way. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with that. Last candle I burned through from Goose Creek was my favorite, Christmas Magic. I talked about this in a recent video. This is my favorite Christmas candle from Goose Creek. So Christmas Magic has scent notes of crushed candy canes, creamy vanilla, light mandarin, vanilla swirl, and warm amber. I won't go too much into detail because I did talk about it recently, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful, slightly perfumey, slightly body care-ish peppermint scent. The interesting thing is that mandarin note, which you don't get very much. It's very, very minuscule, but just enough to make this something different. And then that amber note, which kind of gives us that body care leanish kind of vibe. I really love this candle. I didn't know that I would, but I do. I pick up multiples every year that Goose Creek offers it. So yeah, this one is one that will always be in my collection from Goose Creek. So that is Christmas Magic. I was pretty happy with the burn on this. This one did fantastic. I had no problems with it. I didn't have any puny wicks going on. I didn't have any dirtiness, grody-ness. The scent didn't change. It was perfect. So I did leave a little bit more of it left, but that's because I took this last bit and I finished it under my candle lamp. So there's not a lot of scent going on in here, but this is a favorite. So I absolutely know what this smells like. So that's Christmas Magic. I would say the throw on this. The throw on this is pretty good. I would say an 8 on Christmas Magic. Love, love, love that scent. Alrighty guys, let's talk Bath & Body Works. So the first candle I got through was Butter Rum Eggnog. And this is from, looks like 2000. So I've had this one in the collection for a bit. Scent notes on Butter Rum Eggnog are spiced eggnog, vanilla bourbon, rich buttercream, and shaved nutmeg. I didn't even know this had bourbon in it. I really don't get a lot of, I didn't get any booziness, let's put it that way. This to me was just a very heavy vanilla eggnog. I get the nutmeg, I get the vanilla, I get the eggnog, I get that buttercream. So again, lending to that vanilla. I love this scent, but unfortunately it's not very strong. This is a candle that's been sitting in my collection for 4 years, so it really should be just popping and booming. And, you know, it is a vanilla heavy scent, so I get it. But it's so delicious smelling. The buttercream is so heavy in here. So delicious smelling. So I wish it was stronger. I actually had picked up 2 of these at the time. This was the last one in my collection. So sad to see it go, but yeah, not super strong. You will see that the wicks are kind of, yeah, they went a-flying. That's because it started to get a bit dirty. I finished this in my candle crock. So yeah, once it started getting a little bit grody, if I noticed it, I tried to, but sometimes, you know, it happens in a flash and you don't know it's happening and bam, it's too late. If it's not, I'll remove wax and I'll stick it in either my candle crock or under my candle lamp. And this one got the candle crock treatment. So I had my candle crock right over to the left of me. It's probably about 10 feet away from me. I didn't get a lot from it. So that's just a testament to how light this scent was. So probably would not pick it up again if Bath & Body Works brought it back. But that is Butter Rum Eggnog. It's a shame because it's such a good buttercreamish eggnog scent. This is a favorite, Peppermint Marshmallow. This jar was the last time that Bath & Body Works offered this scent. They need to bring it back. I love, love, love this scent. And the year this was offered, there was something weird going on with this scent. It was showing up late in certain stores. It wasn't showing up at all in certain stores. It was crazy. I just got lucky that it was in my store. And I didn't know that it was kind of hard to find that year, or I would have bought even more. I think I bought a crate worth, so half a dozen. But once those are gone, and I think I've already went through 2 of them. Once those are gone, that's it. So really wish they would bring it back. So Peppermint Marshmallow has scent notes of crushed peppermint, fluffy marshmallows, and powdered sugar. I didn't even know this had powdered sugar. I mainly get peppermint and marshmallow. Yeah, there's no scent left. This one lived out most of its life. in the crock. I don't know if you can tell how far I got. I got about halfway. And then, yeah, I went into my crock. I kind of moved it into different crocks. I did it in this one for a little bit. I did it under my lamp for a little bit. And then I did it in the crock. And then I took it upstairs to my bedroom. It didn't last very long in the crock. Usually I get quite a bit of scent when there's that much wax left to a candle. But it didn't last very long. So I was kind of sad about that because I really wanted to savor it. This is just an exemplary peppermint marshmallow. Marshmallow heavy, but you get that peppermint nice and strong as well. The throw in this, I would say, was more in a 6 area, but I love it. Absolutely love it. And if Bath & Body Works brings it back, I will get it again. So that is peppermint marshmallow. I was struggling with the Bath & Body Works candles. I mean, a lot of them made it to either my crock or my candle lamp. It just was not a good Bath & Body Works week, period. So a lot of these candles I didn't finish in just 1 week's time. They have been going for some time. So yeah, I don't usually finish them that fast. But I did work from home most of the week that I burned these. So I did get through quite a few. So this is a Merry Cookie. And this has scent notes of, this is from 2021. This is scent notes of fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. This is a scent that Bath & Body Works brings back pretty much every winter, every holiday season. This again, wicks are wild. Nice and clean on the wax because I had to clean it out. This candle was a bit of a problem child. I dealt with puny wicks. I dealt with dirty wax. I think I got 2 good burns out of it before it went awry. And then I interchanged it between my candle lamp and then I finished it out in the crock. So I got what I wanted from it. I did get good scent. It was in my crock right next to me. And I just kind of used it as a background scent because it's like a really nice, yummy, vanilla heavy cookie scent. And so it would definitely lend a hand to other like waxes I was melting. So really liked it as a background scent. And this is one I pick up pretty much every year as long as I don't hate the packaging. I don't know that I really love this packaging per se, but I did grab one. Maybe I like the cute little gingerbread on there. I don't know, but that's Merry Cookie. Throwing this, I would say, was about a 6, 6.5. This is a favorite scent of mine from Bath & Body Works too. They do tend to bring this back from year to year around the holiday season. I think they even once brought it out, like at least once, probably more than once, brought it out at Halloween as a slightly different name. I think it was it Hot Cocoa and Scream or something like that? I don't remember. But Hot Cocoa and Cream. Really love the packaging on this particular one. I wish I had more of this jar because I just love it. I will keep this jar. So I will freeze what wax is left in this. I'll pop that out. And I will keep this jar to put wax in and either put under candle lamps or melt wax in my crock. So Hot Cocoa and Cream is decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, mini marshmallows. That's exactly what this is. Most people have smelled this scent. It's just your quintessential hot cocoa scent. It's creamy, it's decadent, it's chocolatey. I just love it. It's just a cozy hot cocoa scent. There isn't much more I could say about it, but it's one I pick up pretty much every year. I have multiples in my collection. This one burned clean, so I can say absolutely burned clean. But this one, I struggled with the puny wicks. And I got tired of dealing with it, so I probably could get another burn at least out of there. But yeah, I'm over it. I'm not going to go ahead and put that last little bit. I'm just going to let this one go. So that is Hot Cocoa and Cream. You'll see this scent in my candle empties a lot because it's just one that I always do during the holidays and during winter. Then I have one lone candle. I've got to be careful touching this because it's a little soot monster right now. One lone candle from HomeWorx. This is Holiday Ribbon Candy. This candle label is a stunner. Truth be told, wasn't really sure I was going to love this scent, but I'm a sucker for HomeWorx labels. I've mentioned that a million times, I know. So Holiday Ribbon Candy is ripe red raspberry, orange zest, maple berry drizzle, which I was totally unsure of that note because I was not sure what that was going to smell like, and vanilla bean. This came across to me as just mainly a fruity scent. So I don't know what that maple berry drizzle was, but I think I got more berry from it than maple. I didn't get any maple from this. I never once burned this candle and thought I smelled maple. It surprisingly still has a little bit of scent left. This baby, so I will say it burned a little dirty. The wax got a little dirty. And you say a little, what? There's like all kinds of black sootness. That's totally my fault. So on my last burn, like I typically do, I let this go too long. And I honestly didn't mean to let it go too long this time. Sometimes I will tell my Amazon Echo, I will tell it to set an alarm so I remember that I've burned it, you know, so long, and then I'll put out the flames, and that kind of keeps my HomeWorx candles in check. But I do tend to let them go a little bit longer when I think it's going to be my last burn. Even though I burned this way longer than I should have. I think I had this going for about 5 hours. And you should not do that, especially with your HomeWorx candles. You should not do that. Not recommended at all. It's not recommended by the candle company, so don't do that. But I had this in a hurricane too, so that led to more of the sooting. It burned all the way down. It was liquefied, so I'm really shocked I can still smell it. But yeah, just a super duper, very much a raspberry scent. I get a little bit of that orange zest, but I get a lot of raspberry, almost cotton candy-ish. I was kind of worried I might get like a licorice vibe from this, even though the scent notes don't suggest it, because I feel like sometimes this ribbon candy gives off like a licorice vibe, but I didn't. It was just mainly fruity. Kind of a nice change from all the tree scents that I've been burning and warming here. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So holiday ribbon candy. I do have another in my collection. Throwing this, I would say, was about, I would say 6 in a hurricane. Probably teetered between 5.5 and a 6. So not overly strong, but I could detect it when I walked into my kitchen, which is where most of the candle burning happened on this one. And then last, we'll go over my Kringle candles. I have 2 here. So the first one I finished up was Merry Christmas. And I'm thinking, oh, the scent notes are on this one. Yay, yay, yay. So the scent notes on this are bay leaves, cinnamon, spice, cinnamon bark, and sweet and woody. So yeah, sweet and woody, their scent notes sometimes are too funny. So this scent, I've burned this candle a number of times. It is a favorite. I really like it. It's just like your, kind of like the holiday from Bath & Body Works. You just get a lot of spiciness from it. It's a nice candle to blend with other candles or other wax that you may have going on. I do feel like this one has a bit more sweetness to it. So I think the cinnamon in this is a bit more sweeter in this one. It's still kind of like your red hot cinnamon, which is kind of like how that holiday candle is as well. I keep saying holiday candle, but that wallflower I had going. But I am actually working on a couple holiday candles. 2 single wicks I'm working on. And I do believe I featured Bath & Body Works holiday candle in a recent Empties video. So I did do the candle recently, which is probably why I keep saying candle instead of wallflower as I talked about in this video. But yeah, I love this scent. The first time I burned this scent, I burned it in Kringle's 3-wick, the older 3-wicks they used to have with the soy paraffin blend. And I had it going on just to the right of me in the room, probably about 10 feet on that side of the room. And it was just so nice. It was so pleasant. It really was a great scent. I really smelled it well. This is the 100% soy. So this one was not as strong as that soy paraffin blend. But I did most of the burning of this in my kitchen. And I did, like I said, burned it with other wax going on, other candles going on. Sometimes I did it on its own. It's just a great spicy holiday. It kind of screams holiday to me. I love the name of it. I love the label. This is one that I always have in my collection as long as Kringle offers it. Kringle, by the way, is discontinuing these country candle lines. I put a post about it on my community tab. I will not overly miss these jars because, you know, these jars have been in existence for a long time, from the days of when the owners of Kringle owned Yankee Candle originally. So I understand that some people may be upset that this kind of style jar is going away at Kringle. I just feel like it's kind of lived its life, so I'm okay with that. But I really do hope that these scents that we know and love do migrate over to the Kringle tumbler jar. And Kringle has mentioned that changes are coming, so who knows, there may be other type of candle jars coming in the future. I have no idea. I'm not an ambassador, so I have no like insider information. They have been running sales, so if you do have an attachment to these jars, look for those sales. There are deals to be had. You may want to pick up some. You may want to stock up. You may not. You may be over this jar as well. I don't know. Everybody has different preferences as far as aesthetics and, you know, appeal like this. But I love the scent. I do have this scent in the Mercury jar. They did offer this in the Mercury jar at least 1 year. Possibly 2. I know I have at least 1 in my collection, possibly 2. So I'm glad I have those. But I do hope this migrates over the Kringle tumbler jar. So that is Merry Christmas. I would say the throw on this was about a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. So maybe if you're not overly into spicy, this candle might do you well because it's not super strong in the throw department. But I love it. So that's Merry Christmas. Speaking of candles I love from Kringle, this is definitely a favorite. And this one, guys, is a thrower. This is Christmas. This is usually one that sells out like every year. And for good reason. I mean, look at that jar. It's beautiful. This jar is the Kringle tumbler jar that I'm talking about. So I'm hoping these style jars that they're discontinuing, and they're discontinuing the 3 wicks as well. I don't have a 3 wick here tonight from Kringle. But I really wish I had known that when they were running that $10.40 sale after Christmas sale, because I would have bought more. They're still running sales in those, but they're not as good as that $10 and change sale. So I really wish I had had some insider information, because I definitely would have went heavy. Because the 3 wicks, I'm going to miss. I love Kringle's 3 wicks. I know not everybody does. Some people who complain that the jars aren't very pretty. I personally love their jars. They're painted, and I just think they're so pretty lit up. Are all the designs pretty? No, but I mean, every candle company, you're not going to like every label. That's just fact. So I don't like them all, but I like a lot of them. So those, I'm so sad to see go. And I'm sad to see these go for the people who do love this style jar. You know, I know we all have our loves. We all feel differently about that stuff. And if you're one of the ones who love that jar, then I'm sad for you. I absolutely am. But hopefully the stock will last for a little bit. I don't know when they're going to stop pouring those. Maybe they are. Maybe they have already. Maybe they will after a certain point in 2025. But I know that this discontinuation is supposed to occur in 2025. Back to Christmas. So does this have that note on it? No. Let me see if I can find it. I know it has like Siberian fur. It's funny. That one I remember, and I don't remember anything else. Interesting. All right. So we have cedarwood, musk, sandalwood, Siberian fir needles, and wood. Yeah, this only has a little bit of wax left. Look how clean that jar is, guys. I mean, do you see why Kringle is my favorite? Like, all this black going on in these jars. All the maintenance I have to do with these. And these, 9 out of 10 times, I don't have to do that. These are worth it to me. These are worth it to me. And I know I'm sounding probably a little head crazy right now, but I'm just passionate about these candles. But as I was saying, there's just a little bit of wax in here, but this is such a strong tree scent. It's the most beautiful tree. I do get a musky vibe. It kind of has a little bit of a perfumey tree vibe, but I would not say overly so. You guys know I don't love perfumey scents. This is just exceptional, guys. I get a little bit of that cedar wood. I definitely get that Siberian fir needles. Like, I don't know if I've ever smelled the Siberian fir needle before, but I definitely get the fir needles. I get that first and foremost. And then I get that muskiness. I get a woodiness, but it's blended so well. The cedar wood, the sandalwood, and the wood. I don't know which wood I'm smelling. But I love it. I love it. This scent is so quintessential Christmas. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. The best Christmas tree scent I've probably ever smelled. It's my absolute favorite Christmas tree scent of all time. And I have a lot of Christmas tree scents that I love. But this one, she's special. So if you ever have a chance to try this, you haven't yet, do try this. It's a beautiful scent. Just pick up Wax Melts or a Daylight and try it that way. I understand that it's not easy to blind buy from Kringle Candle. I often pick up Wax Melts myself just to try a scent. So try the Wax Melts. But it's so worth it. If you love tree scents, you need this in your collection. You need it. The burn, as I mentioned, there was no residue. I mean, well, there's residue. The soy wax, this is 100% soy. It does leave residue, but there's no black, no sooting. I not once cleaned this jar. The wax inside is absolutely clean. Burned like a champ all the way down. All I would have to do to keep maintenance up on this candle was trim the wicks in between each burn. That's what I did. They would form those little mushrooms each time. But yeah, I just clipped off just the top of the mushroom. And it's such a beautiful burn. A beautiful candle, a beautiful scent, a beautiful burn. Highly recommend Christmas from Kringle Candle. And I have that in the 3-wick too. And I have that in a mercury jar. I have multiples of those because it's so good. All right, guys, that'll do it for the candles. Let's talk retail wax. I only have a couple here. I'm not going to go through the scent notes on these because I just kind of want to get through them quickly. If you ever have a question about scent notes, you want to know the scent notes, just reach out to me in the comments and I'll be happy to let you know what they are because I do track them and I do keep them in an app. This is Cranberry Buttercream from Sensationals. A little dark in there. So this, I think I picked this up last year. Oh man, this one was good, guys. Super, super fruity. Very sweet cranberry. And I'm guessing that buttercream leads to the sweetness. But more fruity than creamy here. It was really good. It was a good performer. It lasted all day long. Very sweet, very fruity cranberry. I think there's probably some other fruits in here. Because it's just, yeah, it's sweet and it's fruity. So yeah, love that. Highly recommend. Walmart sells Sensationals, and you can also order online from Sensationals themselves. I do think this scent is still available, and I believe Better Homes and Gardens released either the same name or very similar to this past holiday. I don't know if they're exactly the same. I don't know if they're poured by the same company. I think at one time they were. I could be wrong about that, so I don't want to put misinformation out there, but I do think the Better Homes and Gardens say about like Walmart now or something. I think it used to be like Rimport that poured them, but don't know that that's still the case. And then from Goose Creek, I warmed through Cookies and Milk. So I talked about this in an Empties video some time ago. It might have even been, I don't know. I don't think I haven't been on YouTube for a year, so it couldn't have been last holiday. But some time ago, I talked about this. And it was an older clam. So this is a newer version clam. It was an older clam. And there was something funky going on. And this is a favorite scent of mine. Like, I stocked up on this scent because I love it so much. It's just a really yummy, delicious bakery scent. It smells just like chocolate chip cookies. It really does. It's just, it's funny. It's like the chocolate chip cookie, but not with so much chocolate. So, like, not a ton of chocolate chips in it, but the chocolate chip cookie part itself. I love the scent, like I said. But that last time I warmed it, oh, it was funky. I don't know what happened. It didn't smell right. I was like, oh no, I stocked up on this. Oh no, did they all change? But this, I'm happy to say, It was fantastic. It was the cookies and milk smell that I know and love. Chocolate chip cookies with just a little bit of chocolate. It performs well. It did back then too. When it was good. Oh, so happy because I was really worried that all my stock was going to go into the trash. So that hopefully was just a one-off. Cookies and milk, if you have a chance to try this. They had it in the candle as well. I know they got marked down in the candle, but I have a feeling they're probably gone because they marked down candles like $5.99, guys. Like super cheap. So they're probably gone. That'll do it for my retail wax. Let's get into SCENTSY. SCENTSY will be kind of brief this week too. I only have 4 bars here. I did work at the office all week, so I don't get as much melting done when I'm at the office. See, when I work from home, I usually have scent going all over. So I'll do a scent in my open space, living room, dining room area. Then I'll do a different scent in my kitchen area. And then I'll do a scent in my bedroom. And I'll do a scent in my smaller bedroom. And just recently, I started doing a scent in my another bedroom up there. So I've got scent going on in several areas. And I go in and out of those areas all day. So I get through a lot. But when I am working at the office, I can't warm wax at the office. So I don't get through nearly as much wax. So, you know, kind of makes me sad because I really need to be getting through wax because I get a lot of it. All right, let's see. SCENTSY. First bar I got through was Disney Aladdin, 3 Wishes. And this is no longer available. In fact, okay, so 2 of these are available and 2 are no longer available, including this one. So this is blueberry, sugared plums, blackberry, and sparkling cranberry. That is what this is. There is lots of berry going on. And then they get the sweetness of the sugared plum. I really enjoyed this. For some reason, I thought this was going to be blueberry heavy. This is the first time I've ever warmed it, so I must have picked this up in like a flash sale or something. I thought it was going to be more blueberry heavy, and it had blueberry, don't get me wrong, but you definitely got those other berry notes. There was like a lot of fruity berry going on here. I liked it. It performed well. I just expected a little bit more blueberry, so it wasn't exactly what I expected. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Berry Sweet that was new to the spring summer catalog. It kind of had like that compote kind of scent to it. So it kind of reminded me of that scent. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It did well. It went on all day. Trying to think, did I do it next day? I did in my bathroom. It's currently going on in my bedroom, so I'll see if it continues into tomorrow. But the last time I went up there, it was still going strong. I would say it's definitely, I don't want to say medium because it was pretty strong, but it's not like, boom, so super strong. But it's a great performer. We'll leave it at that. It's a great performer. If they brought it back, I would pick it up again. So that's Aladdin, 3 Wishes. But at the same time, like, it's not something I feel like I would need to club or anything. So, enjoyed it. This is another bar that is no longer available. This was Custard Apple. And this is pineapple, sugarcane, and mango. What? I knew when I was warming it, I was like, I don't smell apple. Yeah. I enjoyed this scent, and I kept thinking, this is so fruity and delicious. And it's interesting because I didn't look up the scent notes before I warmed it. But pineapple totally makes sense. It's totally pineapple. I don't love mango. I mean, it's not a scent that I gravitate towards. I don't feel like I pick up mango in this. Like, it doesn't, you know, Bath & Body Works has that pineapple mango scent. It doesn't smell pineapple mango to me. It smells like pineapple and sugarcane. And I feel like there's another fruit in there. But I would not guess it was mango. So, I feel like, I don't know, like a lemon or orange, like a citrus vibe. But I don't feel like it's a mango. I enjoyed it. I knew it was not apple, but why is it called Custard Apple? This was also a decent performer. I actually have this in some warmers downstairs. I've turned them off because I have something else going on. But I had this going with Oh, I had a fruity scent from Zeep going on that's in my empties. So we'll talk about it soon. But I had this going in my SCENTSY warmers. So yeah, because I was like, this smells fruity. This doesn't smell like apple. And it's going to go with what I got going on in here. And I think it'll make sense when I talk about that scent. But I enjoy this. I would pick it up again if they brought it back. I just think it's kind of a dumb name. And maybe this scent already exists because it just smells familiar. Does it kind of smell like pink pineapple and sugar? It smells familiar. So, yeah. I liked it. Custard Apple. It was a good medium. Not as strong in my open area. So, yeah, it made sense I had it going on with something else. But I had this going in my bathroom, and I can definitely smell it every time I go in there. Good medium. So, I would pick it up again. Like I said, I would pick it up again. Forever Fall. This one was new last year, and SCENTSY brought it back. So this is baked pumpkin, cinnamon stick, and a dash of brown sugar. This scent is super strong. I don't know what's going on with my nose, but I talked about first day of fall. That does not have an apple note. I swear I smell apple in it. This does not have apple in it. But I swear there's like a cider note to this. Why do I get a cider note? I don't know. Last year I warmed this, and this was like so pumpkin-y bakery to me, and I loved it. I still like it, but it smells different. This bar has been sitting for a bit. I get pumpkin, I get cinnamon stick, I get that sweetness of the brown sugar. The cinnamon, it's not overly spicy. It's more brown sugar than it is cinnamon. Honestly, I would reverse those two notes. I would say dash of cinnamon stick and just plain out say brown sugar. Because I get pumpkin, I get brown sugar for sure, and just a dash of cinnamon. But I swear I get a cider note in this. I don't know where it's coming from, but this scent, oh man, it's a good performer. Like, if you like strong scents, Forever Fall, if those scent notes sound up your alley, and maybe a touch of apple, you tell me, do you smell apple in this? Like apple cider? I don't know. I don't know why I keep getting apple in the fall scents, but Forever Fall, it's a banger. It's like, that is high intensity. High intensity. Not mad about it. It's a good one. You don't need much of it, and it's going to perform. And then last from SCENTSY, we have good old Sleigh Ride. This also was a new scent last year, and SCENTSY brought it back. Crisp air, fallen fir needle, and a touch of tart cranberry. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh, it's such a pleasant scent. It's in line with beautiful tree scents. This is just a beautiful tree scent. With that little touch of cranberry. It's not overly cranberry. Tree is definitely the star. You get a little bit of that freshness coming in from that crisp air note. It's a decent performer. It does a medium in my space. This is just a good one. I love the packaging. This one's going in my club at the end of the season. And I'll probably keep Forever Fall too. I don't know how long I'll keep it, but I probably will. But Sleigh Ride is a definite. I love that scent. It's a good one. And I highly recommend it. Alright guys, that'll do it for SCENTSY. Let's get to my vendor wax. Alright, vendor wax. I got a little bit. It was looking kind of light when I first pulled this out, but yeah, because I was going to record this a couple days ago and I didn't. So I've had some additions because I worked from home yesterday. So I've had some additions. So still not overly bad. So hopefully this video will not be too much longer. So, let's see. From That Smell Good Shop, Dolce Pumpkin. I keep trying with That Smell Good Shop. Creamy coconut, white pumpkin, and caramel. That's because I was one of those dummies who didn't pay attention to the fact that I should not load up on the vendor until I try it in my house. And then I find out too late that it doesn't do very well in my house. Again, no shade to the vendor. I say this every time. Most people have amazing luck with this vendor. I'm super jealous that I don't. This is a great scent. It's very creamy, coconutty, pumpkin-y, and caramel. You get all the scent notes when you smell them cold, but it was light. I took all 6 cubes, stuck it in my candle crock, all 6 in the small bedroom. It should have been plenty, enough wax to scent that space, and it just didn't. So I won't say I won't recommend, because you know that Smell Good shop, if you haven't tried it yet, at least try a small order, because like I said, most people, they love this vendor's wax. And you know, we all have them. We all have them. There's 1 or 2 vendors that everyone loves, but it doesn't do well for us personally, and this is that one for me. Sucks because her wax is so reasonably priced. And I know I say that every time, but it's true. From Fancy Wax Melts, I warmed through Fruity Loops. This was in a snap bar. This is 7-Up Pound Cake and Hot Orange Danish. Not really sure why it's called Fruity Loops. I mean, I guess. It doesn't give me a Fruit Loops vibe. Not totally. This was not a favorite. I just don't think I love those 2 scent notes together. So I wouldn't personally pick that up again. But that is just scent preference. That's just my nose. Harper James Berry Sweet. This is in a brownie bag. This is Bear Claws Coffee Cake Hint of Birthday Cake. This was poured October 2023. I've mentioned in a couple recent videos that I think I need to get through my Harper James within a year mark, because I've had some late scents, but I'm also having some scents that are doing quite well, this being one of them. So I don't think there's no truth to that. I think I'm wrong. So maybe it's just certain scents are lighter. I don't know. But anyway, this scent was delicious. Oh, you got that coffee. You got that little bit of birthday cake. You got the bear claws. It was kind of almondy, kind of caramelish. This was divine. It did well. I did use the whole bag, but that's fine. I was very happy with the performance. It smelled, like I said, delicious. I would absolutely get that again. It's very sweet. From Britta's, I did the craft. And this has Palo Santo, Dragon's Blood, and Mrs. Claus cookies. This was not a favorite, but that's only because I don't really love Dragon's Blood. Not really sure why I picked it up. I picked it up some time ago. February 2024. So maybe I was just curious at the time. Really get that Palo on cold. And I did get the Palo on warm too. So that helped. And then the cookies, that helped. But just not a favorite. So I personally would not pick up that particular scent again. But you guys know I love Britta's wax. So luckily she has many, many scents that I do love. Dessa's. It was kind of a Dessa's week. Dessa's was holding a pre-order. I did know that I did want to place an order. You guys know I'm talking about going lighter on my wax. Honestly, truth be told, I did not behave. Her pre-order was today. I had a list. I went down my list. Boom, boom, boom. I mulled over that list so many times. It took me forever to cut it back. I finally had it at a budget number I felt okay with. And then I went back in. Why do I do these things? Why? So mad at myself, especially because I want to place an order with the pharmacist's daughter, who's also having a pre-order this week. So I should not have done that. I'm so angry with myself. But, you know, I wanted to try, for the longest time, I've ordered from her several times. For the longest time, I've been a little curious about those custom loaves she does. She does bigger ones, but she also has these small ones. And they're reasonably priced, I think. They're $8.75. You get to pick 2 scents from her scent list. And she'll pour those for you. So she'll have like an overpour and she'll have chunks. I've been curious about them for some time. That's what I went back in for. So I don't know why I didn't think about that ahead of time and just, you know, make an allotment for that and still stay in the budget I wanted to stay at. I didn't. I went back in 2 more times. I'm such a disappointment to myself. But you know, I just think that I just need to improve in 2025. I may not be perfect, but I'm going to try my darnest to buy less wax. So I really should skip the Pharmacist daughter pre-order, but I requested a couple of scents. That's where I go wrong. I need to stay off Facebook. It's easier said than done. I need to just not look at scent lists, but I get so curious what someone's pouring. I did skip Rose Girls this week. I'll call that a win. Luckily, she was pouring a lot of fresh, like Zen-like scents, so that was easier for me to say no to, even though there were a few scents on the list. I was like, oh, I don't need more Rose Girls. Dessa's, I don't have a lot of. I went through my scent list of Dessa's, and I think I had 13 scents of Dessa's. I think after I warmed these. I don't remember. But I had 13 scents from Dessa's when I was making my list. So I felt like, you know, I definitely knew I was going to pick up a good amount. And I just did tiles and breakaway bars. So, and I could be calling them wrong because everybody calls them something different. But I did the tiles, which are like, you know, like this. Little squares. So they're like $2.75. So you can get a lot of them and try a lot of scents. And that's what I did because I don't have a lot of Dessa. So I wanted to try some scents. And then I also had some repeat scents that I wanted to get and try again that I didn't have good performance of in her old wax formula. But I wanted to try them again in the new wax formula. Because I do feel that the new wax formula is doing much better in my home. I didn't always have the best of luck with the old wax formula in my home when it came to Dessa's. So I kind of had decided I wasn't ordering from her anymore. But she recently changed her wax formula. I think back in July, something close to that. And I placed a small order, and I was very pleasantly surprised with how well the wax did in my home. So I knew, I actually had planned to go in on her holiday pre-order and forgotten about it. So I was so sad that I missed that because I really wanted the holiday scents. But she did offer some holiday scents again. So I knew I was going to go in on this one. So I'm just going to forgive myself. You guys will watch all through 2025. I'm gonna be on the struggle bus, but I'm trying. Dessa's Homespun scents. As I was saying earlier, I wanted to go through some scents to see if I liked them, how they did in my house, how they performed, so I could see if I wanted more in the pre-order. So the first one I warmed through was Nutcracker Sweet. This was a tile. Gingerbread, sugar cookies, cinnamon rolls, and honey sweet cakes. This was delicious. It was so buttery. That gingerbread was just perfect. It was warm, slightly spicy, more like your cakey, soft gingerbread. But it was buttery. It was caramelish. That honey sweet cakes was such a nice, sweet bakery vibe in this. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I ordered it in a breakaway, whatever they're called, the like snap bar kind of scent. Kind of bar. So, yeah. I just one, though. I just got one. There were a couple scents I got two of, but that one, I just got one. I just got one. This is a scent I've had before. I already know that I really like this one. This is Vanilla Voodoo. This is a really popular scent with Dessa's. This is white birch, Madagascar, vanilla, sandalwood, and sweet cream. It's just a really cozy, warm, woodsy, vanilla kind of scent. It's really nice. I really enjoy that sandalwood in there. And I really love that white birch and the vanilla and the sweet cream. Everything just wraps together so nicely. It's a good performer. Did I pick this up? I don't think I picked this up today because I picked up another scent, which is in this pile, that I like that has Vanilla Voodoo in it. So I went with that. So I didn't pick up Vanilla Voodoo on its own. Visions of Sugar Plums. These are all tiles. This is sugar plums, black pepper, holiday spices, and fresh balsam. So this, I get a little bit of that tree. I don't get a lot of pepperiness, which is fine with me because I was a little concerned about that note. I don't get a lot of spiciness, and I get a little bit of that plum. This was not overly strong for me. So this was in her, was it mixed with something? I think this was in her pre-order today that was mixed with something. So I did not pick it up. I think it was mixed with pine cones, which sounded kind of nice. I love plum scents, but I wanted this to be stronger. So for me to pick up that mix, I wanted this to be heavier on that plum. And it just wasn't to my nose, so I didn't pick it up. This was the scent I went with instead of Vanilla Voodoo. This is Autumn Equinox. I think this one has quickly risen up to be a favorite at Dessa's. This is Beach Nights and Vanilla Voodoo and White Birch. The Vanilla Voodoo already has White Birch in it, so I guess that means this has a little bit extra White Birch in it. This was so nice. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's super cozy, very warm, woodsy. I love that White Birch note in here. A bit earthy. I did this in my bedroom and it was just perfect. This scent, I put this in at like 7 in the morning. It went on all day until that night when I decided to put a different scent on. I left it in the warmers that it was in. I put a different scent on in different warmers that were in my bedroom. I put it back on the next day. It was still going. Like, I was amazed. Love it. If you love beach nights and you like beach nights with like woodsy, I won't say smoky. It's not really smoky, but it's definitely got like that woodsy kind of warm, almost bonfire-ish vibe. But, you know, it doesn't have a bonfire note in it. If you like that kind of thing, like, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfection. So that's Autumn Equinox. Highly, highly recommend. I warmed this in one of my bedrooms today. This was Lemon Sugar Cookies. And I wanted to do this because she had a different lemon bakery scent going on in the pre-order. It was Lemon Cream Puffs. Never had it, so I thought, let me warm this lemon bakery scent as well. Kind of get a read on her lemon bakery. So this is Lemon Sugar Cookies, vanilla icing, and powdered sugar. So when I first put this in, it was probably 3/4 of the way melted. When I walked into my bedroom, I was like, oh, this one is not super strong. This is her old wax formula, and I picked this up in December 2023. Not super strong. But I went back up there later, so I think this was just one of those scents that just needed some time to completely melt, to kind of meld in that warmer. And I went up the next time, and it was doing its thing. It was plenty strong. It smelled delicious. It was a just yummy, sweet, slightly tart lemon bakery vibe. It was good. Needless to say, I did pick up lemon cream puffs. I only picked up just a tile, but we'll see what that's like. The interesting thing was I was a little concerned about powdered sugar powdered sugar note. I think that was in lemon cream puff too. And I don't always love powdered sugar. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes some vendors, it gives like a funny note off and I don't love it. So I thought, not really sure. But this had powdered sugar in it. So because this was fine to my nose, I thought I'd be okay. All right, so I have a couple break apart. I think it's break apart. Yeah, I do this every video that I talk about her bars. I don't know what they're called. Winter Snow Globe. This was in the pre-order, so I had to try it out. This is sugar cookies, crushed candy cane, vanilla bean, gooey marshmallow, and white chocolate drizzle. I felt this smelled amazing on cold. It smelled equally amazing in my warmers. This was like the perfect blend of all of these notes. It wasn't too much of any one thing. You really got that vanilla. You do pick up that white chocolate note. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, but you do. You get this marshmallow-ness. It has a ooey gooiness about it. It has a sweet cookie vibe. It has a slight sweet peppermint vibe to it. It just all melds together so well. It's such a yummy, decadent dessert type of scent. Hard to explain, but I loved it. So needless to say, I picked up another. Just one, but I did get another bar. Performed fantastic. I did this in my open space, which I could not get away with her old wax formula in this shape. It did great. So I was very happy with that. I also warmed through Believe. This was her old wax formula. I picked this up in December of 2023. This is cinnamon rolls, vanilla frosting, sugar cookies, and Christmas tree. I love me some Christmas tree and bakery. This is just a gorgeous scent. It's yummy and it's beautiful at the same time. It did... Hey, Bubby. Someone's talking out front. Sir. Little sir. I don't have the TV on because I know it glares on my glasses. And so, no background noise. When there's no background noise, he hears everything. So, as I was saying, this is just... first and foremost, you get the tree. The tree, to my nose, is the heaviest note here. I get the bakery, but the bakery sits in the background a bit. It's nice. It sweetens it up. The tree is sweet as well. You have to like tree to like this blend. But this is a popular one with Dessa's. I did enjoy it. I did pick up another one today. So, that'll tell you. I did like Believe. I just want another one that I can use. I'm just going to put it away. I don't know about her new wax formula, but I feel like her old wax formula holds up well. And so, hopefully the new one does as well. And I'll be able to use it next Christmas. The Pharmacist's Daughter. I warmed through a scent shot of Captain Crunch Berries. So I guess this is just a single oil, I believe. That's basically what this smells like. I think it smells a little bit fruitier than the cereal. I actually have some of the cereal in my cabinet right now. But when it comes to cereals, I feel like Captain Crunch Berries is one of my favorite. So I really enjoy this. So that was good. It performed well. I warmed the whole thing in my Kennel Croc small bedroom and did its thing. All right. Also from the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through 2 more. I warmed through both of these also to see if I wanted more in the pre-order. First one is Football Games. This was a souffle. This is cooked apple, snickerdoodle, pie crust, and sugar cookie royale. I did really like this. Oh, yeah. Her cooked apple note is quite nice. I don't always like a cooked apple in vendor wax. Sometimes it comes across like more like a fresh apple, which I really want it to smell like a baked or a cooked apple. This one's nice. I feel like the strongest note to my nose here, though, believe it or not, is a sugar cookie royale. Not mad about it, but you do get the apple. You get that snickerdoodle vibe, and you get a little bit... I don't know for sure I can say it's pie crust, but it's definitely bakery. But you got a lot of bakery going on here, too. This was a good scent. Kind of hard to describe again, but it was enjoyable. I decided not to pick up another one, only because there were other scents I wanted more. But I would definitely get this again in the future, because I did enjoy it. I also probably... It was a good performer. It was decent. It did a medium in my open space. But I just got this in November. So if I had let it go maybe another month, I think it would have been even stronger. So I think I would pick it up again, maybe come this fall. But yeah, I decided not to get in this pre-order. But I liked it. Football Games. And I love the name. My Eagles play tomorrow. Oh, I'm so nervous. All right, Sweet Things. This is zucchini bread, funnel cake, morning beignet, cinnamon sugar donuts, and sugar cookie. This one was very zucchini bread heavy. And that's okay because the Pharmacist's Daughter has a good zucchini bread. But zucchini bread, and it does tend to take over a blend. Zucchini bread is a strong note. On cold, I can pick up more of those other scent vibes. Like I pick up that cinnamon sugar donuts. And I definitely pick up the funnel cake. On warm, I got mostly zucchini bread. You can detect the other scent notes a little, but it was heavy zucchini bread. So if this is something you're thinking about picking up in the future, you gotta like zucchini bread. And like I said, I think the Pharmacist's Daughter zucchini bread is quite good. So I enjoyed this. It was a banger. I could smell it all through my open space. Banger. I would pick it up again, but I like zucchini bread. So that's Sweet Things. I did decide that I'm not getting in the present pre-order. So there's that. It's just one of those things where, you know, football games and that, I've had it recently. I don't need it again soon, but I definitely would pick them up again in the future. From Zeep, I warmed through Cotton-Headed and Ninny Muggins, and I talked about this in a previous video, and I had been sick at the time and thought maybe I got late throwing it because I had been sick. This is apple cider donuts, vanilla cookies, spiced cranberry, and orange peel. This was quite a sizable shape. I warmed it in a candle crock in a small bedroom. It was still kind of light. So it could have been the age. I picked this up in March of 2024, but it was a leftover from her Christmas run, which I think Zeep runs like in November. So technically it would have been like from November 2023, maybe early December. So it could have been that. It could have just not aged well. I will say what I did detect, I got the apple cider donuts the strongest. I was hoping for a little bit more of that orange, but I definitely got the apple cider donuts notes the strongest, but not overly strong. This was a scent I warmed today in conjunction with, what was I talking about earlier? The Custard Apple from SCENTSY. This is Snow Angels. And this was 2 big, sizable snowflakes. I divided it up. I did 1 snowflake in my open space, and then I took the other snowflake up and stuck it in a crock and warmed it up there. So, sweet mint, powdered sugar, fresh cherry, and coconut. So I felt like this went really well with that other fruity scent from SCENTSY. Not the same scent notes, but they definitely jived well together. This was nice. Very fruity. I get the cherry note the strongest, and it's a really nice sweet cherry. Not medicinal in the least. I don't get cough syrup from this. I get a really nice sweet cherry. Almost candy-ish. I get that coconut. I get a little bit of the powdered sugar. In the bag on cold, I can detect that mint. It's not strong. I get the cherry and the coconut more. Almost kind of like a serendipity vibe. On warm, I didn't detect the mint. My nose personally did not pick up mint. So I was fine with that. I just mainly got sweet cherry, the sweet coconut, and a little bit of that powdery sugar. But mostly the sweet cherry and the coconut. So I would pick that up again. It was an enjoyable scent, and it was a nice January, February kind of scent. And the name, perfect. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I warmed through Ginger Snap Spruce. This was in one of her little bricks. And this is, there's a lot of scent notes, and it's hard to read. Ginger, brown sugar, butter, molasses, eucalyptus, mint, spruce, evergreen, vanilla, cinnamon, clove, milk, cedar, moss, and amber. Yeah, this was not a love for me. This was a little too earthy for me. I do pick up that amber. The amber kind of gave it a pretty vibe, but this was just a little too earthy for me. The tree is nice. So there were parts of this blend that I liked, but parts of this blend just a little too earthy for me. So that's not a repurchase for me personally, but maybe something you would like. And then from Sassy Girl Aroma, this was a winner. North Pole Cookies. This I picked up in a D-stash. Grabbed this from a D-stash back in March. This was peppermint, vanilla, and whipped buttercream. This was so delicious. Oh, man. It's such a creamy peppermint. I love me a creamy peppermint. I love to say that because I do. I love me a creamy peppermint. Not nasal clearing in the least. It's sweet. It's creamy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. That vanilla in there is so good. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Would definitely repurchase it if you couldn't tell. North Pole Cookies. Great performer. Sassy Girl Aroma. She just does her thing in my open space. Just loved it. Rose Girls. Raspberry Rain. That was one of her samples. Actually, somebody gave me this in a D-stash. So this is Raspberry Sugar, which is a Bath & Body Works type. Don't think I've had that. And Kissing in the Rain. I'm not sure what Kissing in the Rain is. But this scent was, it was fresh, but it was also cologne-y. I kind of expected that. But it was also sweet. That raspberry sugar in here, I do like that raspberry sugar note. It's different than your raspberry jam. It's very sweet raspberry. It kind of just smells like raspberries and you've just sprinkled sugar on it. And they've kind of like become macerated. I did like that raspberry sugar note. But this came across to my nose a bit cologne-y. But this came across to my nose a bit more cologne-y than I would like. A bit more masculine. So I would not personally pick that up. But that's just because those aren't my scent vibe. Oh, one thing Rose Girls knows how to do is a cookie scent. They've got some good ones. They've got their Cookie Land. They got their Monster Cookie Fluff. They got their Wackadoodle. They've got some good cookie scents. This one is Cookie Land. Cookie Land is such a good one. Confetti cake, toffee, butterscotch, pretzels, and cookies. She mixes this with a lot of scents. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I could vacuum suck this all day. It's just, it's so good. You really get that butterscotch toffee note. I feel like you don't get that as much when she blends it with things, but on its own, you really pick that up. I really enjoyed warming this on its own because I don't think I had warmed it on its own before. I think I've only had it in blends, and I've loved every blend that I've had with Cookie Land. But this really gave me a chance to warm it on its own and see what Cookie Land was all about. This was picked up in January 2024. It did great. I would say it was a good medium. I did it in my open space. I did 2 warms of this bag, both in my open space. It did its thing. I was quite pleased. Would definitely pick it up again on its own and with blends. It's a great one. All right, last vendor. Scoopable Wax Melts, which is now Macaron Wax Melts. This is a scoopable called Shake It Up. I've actually had this scent before, so I've probably talked about it in a video. This is Yellow Cake, Birthday Cake, Cupcakes at Tiffany's, which is their infamous 3 cakes blend. Peppermint Milkshake and Sugar Cookie Dough. I love this scent. You just heard me talk about how much I love a creamy peppermint. This is the epitome of a creamy peppermint. Everything they mix with 3 cakes is gold. There isn't too much that I don't like that they mix 3 cakes with. And, you know, mix it with a creamy peppermint milkshake. Hello. Love. I think I have a loaf in my collection that I need to get into. So, yeah. If you couldn't tell, this is a repurchase. It has been a repurchase. Love, love, love. By the way, they are kind of out of the scoopables business. I think... I mean, by the time this goes up, they'll probably way picked over, so it won't help you. But they recently listed a bunch of their scoopable stock on sale on their Macaron Wax Melts website. So, you know, maybe there'll be something left. Check out their website if it so suits you. But, yeah, they're doing away with their scoops. I feel like their business plan changes a lot, so maybe we'll see them back. They did say that they don't sell well. But I kind of have a feeling maybe they'll make some in the future. I could totally be wrong. What do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just guessing. But I do know some people are sad that they've gone away. So maybe she'll make a few, or maybe she'll be willing to do it in customs orders. That might be an idea. Speaking of Cookie Land, now you know Scoopable Wax Melts, Macaron Wax Melts, and Rose Girls, their mom and daughter. Scoopable Wax Melts was the original Rose Girls, so they do sometimes pour the same scent blends. Some of those scent blends started out with the original Rose Girls. So this is Cookie Land Pink Sugar type. This is confetti cake blended with toffee, butterscotch pretzels, and cookies blended with pink sugar. So Cookie Land Pink Sugar. This scent was so good. This was a boomer. This went on for several nights. I've told you before, I did this in my bedroom. I've told you before that I often turn on my warmers, say 5 o'clock in the evening, and they tend to stay on for about 6 hours, sometimes longer, usually not less. 6 hours, 7 hours, they stay on for a while. Sometimes I turn them on earlier, 6, 7 hours. Yeah, several nights, guys, several nights. The intensity remained the same. It was so strong. It was Cookie Land, which I got to experience on its own. I absolutely love it. You got that Cookie Land, super duper yummy amazing cookie bakery scent with the pink sugar, which gave it this homey but also pretty vibe, but super sweet vibe as well. Pink sugar, to me, it can come across a little body care-ish, but it also is very sweet, very girly, very feminine. So good, so good. It was a banger. Yeah, would definitely get that again. So simple, but so good. Also warmed through a sample, and that was just was that a sample? That was a sample. What was the shapes? Was it macarons? Can't remember what the shapes were. But that's all it was. That's all the wax it was. That's incredible. I would have probably choked my ass out if I had more of it. I wouldn't have known not to put more of it in my warmer. So that was just 2 warmers. I think it was the macarons. Wisconsin Woods. So from Scoopables, this is Crackling Birch and Juniper Berry. This one was a bit light. I picked it up in March of 2024. Very nice woodsy scent. And I do like Juniper Berry. But it was a little bit light. I think this was it macarons? I never remember what shapes were, but she always gives enough wax to make an impression in a small room. And I appreciate that. But this one was a little light, so don't think I would get that one again. And then this was a nice heart shape, good sizable shape. Huckleberry 3 cakes. So this is her 3 cakes again, and Huckleberry. This is a scent that I like. I've had it before, and I like it. But it's not one that, like, I need to, like, actively look out for. So I enjoyed it. I tend to like 3 cakes, as I mentioned earlier, but just not one that I, like I said, actively need to look out for. So there's that. And then the last scent I got through from Scoopables was Crimson Hearth. This was a big bag of shapes. Big, nice size shapes. There was like leaves and there was pumpkins and they were glitterified. I could do without the glitterified. But I'm kind of wondering if you do a customs order with her, if you could ask that they not have glitter. I feel like she probably would do that for a customs. So, I haven't done a customs with Kathy. But if she is open to doing the customs without glitter, I may do that. As I just yelled at myself for buying too much wax, and I really don't need more wax from Macaron Wax Melts, but I do really like her macaron shapes. They're like perfect to put in a warmer. Anyway, cinnamon, orange, cranberry, blended with clove, nutmeg, and warm spices, resting on tonka, vanilla, and a hint of amber. A lot going on in this. This to me was just mainly like an orange, clove, mulled spice, holiday type scent. I really enjoyed this, but this was not one of the stronger performers from Scoopables. I could smell it. I did a lot of shapes in my open space. Oh, I could smell it, but it was kind of on the low medium side. I did team it up with Kringle Candles Vintage Pomander and Kringle Candles Away in the Manger candles, which are both kind of like orange pomander scents. So I had a nice orangey pomander vibe going on. So I love this scent. It's really nice. I just wish it was stronger. And maybe I needed to let it cure a little bit longer. I picked it up in October. So I don't know. Maybe it needed a little bit more cure time. But it's a beautiful scent. I love the scent itself. Beautiful. Alright, let's talk favorites. I cannot believe that this video still went on all that time. I only warmed stuff for a week and I still managed to make a really long video. I am so sorry, guys. I would like to be able to do a 30-minute video on my empties. Is it possible? I don't think it's possible. I feel like other people can do it in 30 minutes. Do I need to do my empties every 3 days? I need to do my empties every 3 days. Favorites. Dessa's Nutcracker Sweet. So good, so good. Dessa's Autumn Equinox. I cannot believe. A year ago, if you told me I was going to name Dessa's as some of my favorites, because I was just having such not good experiences with smelling her scents, I wouldn't believe it. But After they sat for a year, her old formula did pretty good. And then this new formula, I don't even have to let it sit. It's doing its thing. Dessa's Winter Snow Globe. It's just such a different scent. It's just kind of candy-ish, but peppermint-ish and sweet. And I like it. Like it. Harper James Berry Sweet. Mary, she does have some good blends. She has some favorites. If you have not tried any of her salty blends, you need to. They rock. They're all strong and just so well done. Scoopable Wax Melts, Cookie Land Pink Sugar. Can't believe just a sample that rocked my world. And you know, if I gotta pick Cookie Land Pink Sugar, I gotta pick Rose Girls Cookie Land. Rose Girls rocks the cookies. They have the best cookie scents in the business, in my opinion. Sassy Girl Aroma, North Pole Cookies. Not really a cookie scent, so to speak. It didn't even have cookies in the scent notes. Peppermint, vanilla, and whipped cream. Whipped buttercream. That's what it was. It was a peppermint, buttercreamish, vanilla heavy scent. So good, so good, so good. That's my favorites, guys. That's my favorites. That's what I've been going through this week. That's what I've been burning. That's what I've been warming. That's what I'm talking about. What have you been doing? Comment below. Let me know. You guys never tell me. What have you been getting into? What are your favorites? Tell me who your favorite vendors were that you got into just this week. Did you participate in any recent pre-orders? I realize by the time this goes up, there'll be different pre-orders going on. But tell me about them. What did you participate in? Did you go heavy? Did you go light? What did you do? Speaking of, Teddy B's has a pre-order coming. There are certain vendors that I like pretty much order every time. They get me every time. Britta's and Second and Spruce are definitely two of those vendors because they're my favorites. I get into them every time. Every time. I went very heavy on the last Second and Spruce order. That video will probably be up before this goes up, although I'm late getting that up. Shocker. So I don't plan to go heavy on the next Second and Spruce order. But it's not coming until March. So who knows? Things may change. I need to be getting into my Second Spruce. I feel like I don't warm enough of it. I love Second Spruce. But I seem to get into all my other waxes like I want to hoard it because I love it. And I'm not warming enough Britta's lately too. And I've got to change that and get into my Britta's because that wax is righteous. But Teddy B's I almost always participate in. And Lavender and Speckles, I almost always participate in. Salt Mountain Melts, I almost always participate in. Not heavy, and thankfully her lists are small, so it's easy not to go heavy on those. But I do tend to because her wax does pretty well in my house. I don't have a lot of wax from Salt Mountain Melts. And she, like I mentioned, always has small lists, so it's easy to go small. But I like to order from her because her scents don't come around again a lot because her lists are small. So I do like to participate in her orders. But a lot of other vendors, yeah. I mean, I kind of almost am giving myself an excuse for going in on Dessa's today because, you know, I don't have a lot of wax from Dessa, so I am excited that I'm going to get a chance to try those loaves out. It'll be my first time. If I don't love them, and you guys know, I'm no blender. So, who knows what these things are going to smell like when they come? I'm scared. I'm very scared. Anyway, I don't need to be talking about all of that, because there I go. This is why the videos are long, because I keep going off on a crazy tangent, and I need to stop that. You guys, I just want to talk to you guys. I just want to talk to you guys. Anyway, comment below. Let me know all the good stuff. And if you liked this content today, please like, please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey, friends. I hope everyone's doing... and then I went through 2 body creams. Sweet banana bread. That's the problem. Not looking in the right letter because I didn't pay attention what I just said. sometimes it gave me some trouble pulling out, and I had to use like my wick dipper to clean it. And I had to use this wax. It's quite filthy. So it started to get a bit dirty, and I kind of keep an eye on my candles, and once they start, and really? Like I said, it's just a beautiful, every time. Would help if I spelled Christmas right. That'll do it for my vendor wax. That'll do it for my retail wax. How am I going on like an hour? Like, how do I talk so much? I talk so much. From that Smell Good shop, I warmed Dulce Pumpkin.